know, it was a rough week one. The 49ers put up an absolute stinker, losing to one of the worst teams in the league. I still don't know how that happened. I blame the weather. Personally, I think if it wasn't for the weather, I would have been right about that. But anyways, the Jaguars almost got their win, but I believe Trevor Lawrence threw a pick towards the end. Wasn't great. But it's okay. I'm coming back next week, and I already know I'm going to go 3-0. I have my picks locked in. My locks of the week are going to be the Green Bay Packers, who play the Chicago Bears, a team coming off a big win. Unfortunately, it's going to be time for a letdown. The Packers are 0-1, but they're not going to be 0-2. Aaron Rodgers is not going to let that happen, especially against such a weak opponent, the Chicago Bears. It's in prime time. This is going to be an easy victory for the Green Bay Packers. My next team is going to be the Los Angeles Rams. Another scenario where it's an 0-1 team versus a 1-0 team, but that 0-1 team is coming off a disappointing loss, and we know they're very talented. They have the capability of winning this game. The Atlanta Falcons. I said the Falcons are 1-0. They're not 1-0 because they actually choked and a big lead. I mean, is anyone surprised it's the Atlanta Falcons? I forgot about that, but yes. So sorry, Falcons fans. But you're going to be 0-2, so sorry about that as well. The Los Angeles Rams are definitely winning this game. My upset of the week is going to be a division game in New Orleans. Tampa Bay Buccaneers at New Orleans Saints. The Saints are known to give Tom Brady some struggles since he's been in Tampa Bay. It's in New Orleans. It's in the Superdome. I have faith that this team, Jameis Winston, looked great at the end of the game against the Falcons. I have faith that they're going to take home the dub. 3-0 next week.
My lock is Packers over Bears. That's going to be my first lock. I think the Packers are going to bounce back and get a big victory Sunday night. And then my other lock is going to be Bills over Titans. I feel like the Bills are the best team in football. Tennessee didn't look that good against the Giants. They kind of, offensively, I was not impressed by them. My upset of the week is going to be the same as Sean, the Saints over the Bucs. I think the Saints always going to give them problems to the Bucs, and I think they win a close one.
I think my two locks of the week are the Broncos are going to run away. Like, they're going to destroy the Texans next week because the Texans are they're a disappointment to the city of Houston. They're a disappointment to everybody. My second lock is the Bills and the Titans. The Titans, y'all stink. Ever since we beat you guys in Tennessee, y'all haven't been relevant ever since. We broke you, Tennessee, and I'm happy we broke you because Ryan Tannehill stinks. My upset, I think I'm just going to put the Bucs and the Saints because, like y'all said, Tom Brady always struggles against the Saints. The Saints have a really, really good defense, good secondary. I think the Saints are going to beat the Bucs.
Man, oh man. It's funny how I said the Saints would beat the Bucs a couple of weeks ago, and y'all was in here. Yeah, hop on the bandwagon, baby. My first lock, going with the Bengals versus the Cowboys. No Dak Prescott, no problem. Tough division loss, but it happens. It's the Steelers and Mike Tomlin. So what do you expect? Speaking of the Steelers, my second lock is the Steelers versus the Patriots. They are going to run our cheeks. They're going to destroy us. And then my upset for week number 2. How do we feel about the Chargers and the Chiefs? So I'm going with the Chargers as my upset pick.
Whatever. So for my locks for the week, I'm going to go with the Rams over the Falcons. I just think that loss that the Falcons took to the Saints yesterday, I think that's really the story. That's really going to end up being the story of the season for the Falcons. They're gonna be in some really close games against some really good teams, but at the end of the day, they're just not gonna be able to pull over. And I expect the Rams, coming off a huge loss on national TV on Thursday night, I expect them to bounce back and I expect them to win big. With my second pick, I agree with Trey with the Bengals over the Cowboys. I basically agree with what he said. I'm just going to take the words right out of his mouth. No Dak, no problem. And for the upset, kind of want it to be different. So let's go with the Dolphins over the Ravens. If the Dolphins do end up winning, I think it's going to be a very low-scoring game. I think it'll finish something like 19-17, something like that. It's going to have to be a defensive game, though. They're going to have to make a lot of stops on Lamar Jackson. They're going to have to stop the run game. Tolu can rant about his wide receivers as much as he wants. We're not buying it. We don't believe in it.
So for my first lock, I'm going to go with the Steelers over the Patriots. They just look flat. They looked out of sync. They looked like they didn't know how to run that offense. And Steelers went to Cincinnati put Joe Burrow in hell, and walked away with the victory. Give me the Steelers. My second lock. I'm going to go with the Rams over the Falcons. I think this is the most predictable game of the week. At home, if the Rams lose this game, it's going to be panic time in LA. And for my upset, I'm surprised nobody said this, but my upset this week is going to be the Jags over the Colts. The Colts have not won in Jacksonville since 2014. It's been 8 years. 8 long years. I was in high school the last time the Colts beat the Jags in Jacksonville. You couldn't beat them in Jacksonville to get into the playoffs last year, so why should I trust you now to beat them in week 2 this year?